Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do a short answer question real quick here. So we're going to create a new question called short answer. Right now, the question that I'm trying to write is for a multivalent metal that is a formula to name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Fe2O3, so iron 3 oxide. And the question name doesn't get seen by students, so the teacher should write this in a manner that it makes it easy for us to use. I'm going to suggest this is a decent way to write it. That way we can tell what it is. All right. Doing formula to name. So the student is going to be asked a question, something like this. They are going to see the question text. So what name would be given to a compound whose formula is Fe2O3? Question mark. All right, now we want these to appear as subscripts, so I can highlight the 3 and I can make it a subscript, and I can highlight the 2 and I can make it a subscript. We can scroll down a bit here. General feedback is feedback that all students are going to get. So I might want to give feedback like iron is a multivalent metal, so it needs a Roman numeral when it is named. The Roman numeral should represent the charge of the iron. Okay. Now, when I get to case sensitivity, this is asking whether uppercase or lowercase is important in the answer to this question. I don't think that it is going to be important. If this was a formula the students were writing, maybe, but not in this case. All right. So the answer is going to be, the correct answer should be the first one that we write, because Moodle grades these from the first answer straight down. So the best answer should be given first, the next best answer second, and so on and so forth. Okay. So I'm going to give an answer of iron, parenthesis 3, oxide. Okay. I do have to give at least one of these questions a grade of 100%, and I can give feedback here. Now, for 100%, I'm not going to bother with feedback. All right. I could give this as an answer also. Iron 3 oxide. Notice the difference between the two is that one has parentheses on the Roman numeral and the other does not. This isn't quite right because the systematic naming system requires the parenthesis. And we want our students to be able to do that. They got most of it right though, so I'm going to give them 80%, and the feedback I'm going to give them is you should have a parenthesis. I can't spell that. Let me just use the symbols around the Roman numerals. Semicolon, iron 3 oxide. Okay, so that is going to be our second answer. Now, it does help to give some feedback on common wrong answers. So iron 2, and they're going to use the Roman numeral if they're going to get this one. Iron 2 oxide is a common wrong answer. We don't want to give them any points for the common wrong answer because that's the problem, is they've got the misconception. Usually the misconception on this is that they wanted to tell the number of irons, not the charge of the iron. So we're just going to give them that feedback. Let's see. The Roman numeral represents the charge of the iron, not the number of iron atoms. Maybe put an exclamation point on that. And in order to ensure that they notice these things, I can click on Show Editing Tools. I can make this bold, and maybe the word number also, so that they see that there's a difference between these two. I can hide these editing tools also when I'm done. Now, some people might say, well, why don't you give it the other answer? You can have more answers. So blanks for more answers. It just refreshes. I scroll down, and I've got blanks for 3 more answers. So I could give an answer of iron 2 oxide also is incorrect. I can Control A, Control Copy, and then come down here and Control Paste. And we're going to have the same feedback for the other incorrect answer that has no parentheses. And maybe also don't forget to put parentheses around the Roman numeral. All right. When I'm done with the question, we don't mess around with multiple tries because we haven't been using that feature on individual questions. We just click Save and Save Changes, and we're good to go. The way to preview it, if I wanted to, I could preview it here, and I can type in iron 2 oxide as an answer, click Submit and Finish, and notice I'm getting the feedback. The Roman numeral represents the charge. You need to put a parenthesis around the Roman numeral. Iron is a multivalent metal, so that was the general feedback, and I'm also getting the correct answer as iron 3 oxide. That pretty much sums it up. Oh, also notice mark 0 out of 10. So if I start again, I could try this again, and I could try and get it right, except for I'll mess up and not put the parentheses. I click Submit and Finish. Notice the color's different. It's not red now, it's yellow, so iron 3 oxide. So I've got a problem with it. It's mostly right. 8 out of 10 points. And I can start again, and I can put iron 3 oxide. Submit and Finish, and I get the right answer in green.